Hi, I'm Suzanne Swift and I am Save a Sample's founder. Save a Sample started when my consulting firm, InfoEdge, worked with clients who needed to get rid of materials and samples. I'm a recycler from when I'm a child, and I hated the concept of throwing things out. And so I learned about the different design schools who needed samples for their students, and I thought, how can I put these two together? There's a clear need on the behalf of the students, and there is all this stuff that unless I find a way to get one from one to the other, it's just going to go in the garbage.
It's really difficult to sort of quantify or qualify like what a great asset is, Save a Sample is. What they do for the environment and for the students is there's no one, there doesn't seem to me there's anyone else like them. You know, it's like supplying students with the resources that they do, the samples of interior fabrics and finishes, like no one else does that.
And it started very small. I think we might have had one school involved and maybe less than a half a dozen of design firms. And over the years, it has grown to become an event where hundreds of firms throughout the country look forward to Save a Sample every spring so that they can recycle their materials and know and feel good that they're getting those materials in the hands of students who can use them.
It's an invaluable asset to students to have these samples, and honestly, I don't without Save a Sample, I don't know what a lot of our students would do to get the resources that they have, honestly.
Hi, my name is Chris Graham. I work here at Knoll, where we held this event this evening for Save a Sample. And I really want to tell everyone that will hear this that they really should participate in this event. From an environmental standpoint and how it helps the students, it is really a fantastic organization, and they do such a great job, and it really helps this industry. It gets people involved. It also gets the students involved in our industry, which we look forward to working with these students in the future. So thank you, Save a Sample, and we look forward to doing this again next year.
My name is Howard Levinger. I work for BFI, and a few weeks ago I was asked to get involved in Save a Sample.
Save a Sample is a culmination of different groups of people in our industry. It starts with the designers who have an abundance of samples that they hate to get rid of, who, as we are also librarians in our day job, we hate to get rid of them, and we've gotten together a bunch of different librarians in the architectural and design world to give up their samples so that they don't go to landfill. We know that the students want them, but we know that the students don't have the ability to get to them easily. So then we've asked our colleagues in the dealer world to provide trucks to come pick up those samples.
Basically, what I have to say is that everybody made it easy. Everybody was happy to be involved in the process, and it was actually just a joy.
The basic concept of Save a Sample is always get those samples from where they're not needed to where they are. But in the process, we learned that not only did schools need samples and materials, but they also needed money. The library is traditionally the most underfunded or unfunded part of a school, and so we were able to leverage, because of the relationships within the design industry, we were able to leverage our design clients and raise scholarship money for the schools.
We actually are very appreciative because our school is in Long Island, and our students don't get to come to the design centers every day, and through Spec Simple's efforts and concept, our students can have access to all the materials on site.
on that end, we also know that the schools need help putting the samples away once they do receive them. So we ask the representatives who work for the manufacturers and provide the products to these industry folks to sponsor the firms and raise scholarship dollars for the schools. So in this end, tying it all together, the students get the samples they need and get them organized in the manner that they need.
Every time I walk in the library, I'm very, very appreciative because in the past, I personally or our other professors have been involved in collecting materials and information for the students. But through Spec Simple's program, we are very in tune, and we have many, many samples now that we probably wouldn't have otherwise.
I work with a number of students. I teach the architectural drawing classes at the Art Institute of New York, and as part of the requirements for the course, the students have to complete what's called a presentation drawing. And their presentation drawing is basically it's a drawing that includes all the essential sort of elements or qualities that describe a building.
Students don't learn how things go together the same way when they're doing 3D rendering as when they're doing hand drawing. And so when we were looking to find a focus for our competition, the focus that we thought was best was hand drawing. We also invite the architects and the designers who are part of our event to come in and be part of the jury. And so it helps them reconnect with Save a Sample on a couple of different levels.
You know, participating in competitions is like it's like you have to look at it like challenges, or what makes life worth living. Like living your life and challenging yourself to do better. Every time you do something is great, and Save a Sample is challenging our interior design students to do better, and they're challenging the industry to do better with the environment, which is great. It's really great.
We have manufacturers who donate prizes to Save a Sample, and those prizes go to the architects and design firms who are not only able to pack up the most boxes of materials and samples, but then are able to leverage those boxes so that the scholarship dollars that come in can then be turned around and go to the schools.
I pack up as many boxes as I can to donate to the schools, and just even to speak to the reps and the manufacturers to also get them involved to also donate money for the scholarships. It's just a great involvement over the years, and I look forward to doing it every year.
I think it went really well. We had a good turnout this year for going national, so I was very excited. A lot of students and designers. It was a good crowd. I think the students were very happy with the student competition. And the prizes were great. A lot of prizes.
Good evening. I'm Ilana Judah. I'm the Director of Sustainability at Apexstyle Architects. I'm here tonight at the Save a Sample event. I was giving the introductory lecture on getting to the source of sustainable materials. I think this is a wonderful event. It really provides both students, practitioners, and teachers the opportunity to really understand the importance of materials and why their reuse and really value is significant, and I think gives them an opportunity to celebrate also the end of their semester and their studies. So I look forward to attending future events.
We have Save a Sample events in 5 locations. We started in New York, and that's our longest running event. 2 years ago, we opened up 2 new locations, one in Chicago and one in Philadelphia. And this year, we added in Boston and Washington, D.C. We have really high hopes that eventually Save a Sample will go across the country. Next year, we want to try the West Coast, LA, San Francisco, and Seattle. But ultimately, our vision is to have Save a Sample in every major city and to have it more than once a year, to have a program that recycles 100% of materials and samples that are not needed by manufacturers back into the hands of students. That's our goal.